I've had some followers ask me what my thoughts were on the PSN message issue going on right now. My initial thought is that this isn't a new thing. I've seen this happen elsewhere. It's not only Sony, and from looking around it seems to have affected some people, but good thing more people were made aware. A quick recap, a message was sent to PlayStation users that contained an unknown character, and because of this message their PS4 would crash. One solution was to go to your PSN app and delete the message before going into your PS4. Another was to go to safe mode to rebuild your system database if you've already been hit, and there were other solutions and preventive actions, as I'm sure you've heard by now. When I first heard of this, I thought back to the iPhone message issue that happened not too long ago, which involved another unknown Indian character that would crash the messaging app and your phone. One user over on Reddit explains one text processing scenario that would cause issues. Reading from Reddit, there are all kinds of interesting ways you can fuck up text processing, especially if you're coding in C, C++, or another unsafe language. For example, say messages have a maximum size of 140 characters. I don't know if they do. I don't use this feature, but let's assume they do for the sake of the example, and you naively reserve a fixed size of 140 byte buffer for them. As long as people are just sending plain English messages, no problem, but when people can enter other characters like emojis that are encoded using multiple bytes, you suddenly get a message that's too large for the buffer. Even if it's only 140 characters, that doesn't necessarily mean only 140 bytes. It does for simple text, so you don't notice during testing until someone posts a bunch of Unicode text and boom. So the gist is that you have a certain size limit, and this character basically pushed the limit overboard. I don't think this is what's happening here with Sony, and I'm sure this user doesn't think so as well. He was just trying to provide an example to explain the complexity of text processing. I'm thinking this is a rendering issue similar to the iPhone message app problem. Now obviously no one knows for sure what's happening, but we can take jabs at it. This could basically be a problem with rendering this character where it probably traps it in a rendering mode and an exception runs, causing the crash without handling. Now again, none of us really knows what's happening exactly unless you work at Sony and are setting those breakpoints to figure out the cause. The quick solution for Sony, I would assume, would be to figure out what character this is and restrict its input. But what Sony really needs to do is limit what people can input instead of obviously trying to figure out every character that can break the system. While that could be fun for the developers, I'm sure it's not fun for the users, and who knows, maybe Sony does limit what you could input and this character just played off as if it were another character. In the end, it boils down to text rendering, which is also text processing, and this character causing an issue for that system. That's it for the video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below about this PSN message problem issue, and if anybody of you out there has a technical background, let's have a discussion down in the comment section below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button. It really supports the page and I really appreciate it, and subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every other day except days where there's something really interesting and I'll just post a video on that day. I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to drop the question mark, a bunch of question marks, all the comment section down below, obviously relating to the unknown character. So destroy the comment section below with just a bunch of question marks everywhere, and I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do, because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.